Hi Pisces, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a timeless tarot reading. So whenever you find yourself guided or drawn to this video / reading, it's most definitely meant for you. As you can see, I'm outside sitting by the pool, hoping that none of the cards end up falling or flying into the pool. But anyways, so bear with me with any background noise. There's a really annoying bird in the midst. But I do want to take this moment to thank you so much for joining me. But I also want to, if you can see me, sorry. I also want to remind you to go ahead and like the video as always. Do leave me a comment down below about how it resonates, about your situation. Maybe just leave me some emojis if you don't know what to say. Go ahead and share the video if you could, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And when subscribing, don't forget that little notification bell, okay? And more importantly, when meditating on your energy overall for the reading, the message that came through was just let me be emotional, okay? Just let me be emotional, okay? So let's get started. All right, so I was trying to angle it down, but it's just not gonna work out here. Let's just go for it. So we're pulling from the Mystic Mondays tarot deck, and let me just shuffle on my notebook. Bear with me, I'm struggling. As always, Spirit says you are too. So you're not alone is what you need to hear at this time. Alrighty. Oh, so while I shuffle, keep in mind, general reading, timeless read for the sign of Pisces. Whatever placement ends up being for you within your chart, all apply, as well as if you're here to hear about a Pisces in your life, you are welcome as well. So take what resonates because it's general, and leave what doesn't for somebody else. And check out your other signs within your chart for more messages. But I'm also accepting personal requests for personal reads at this time. So all you gotta do is go down to the description box below where you'll see my email, the options, and the pricing. So just reach out and I'll get that started for you, all right? So let's begin for our lovely Pisces. Hopefully they don't fly into the pool. Thank you, Pisces. I'm getting a little nervous in your energy, a little on edge. Are you getting anxiety these days? Okay. What else do we have for Pisces? Thank you, Spirit. There's a feeling that you need to keep things simple. Keep it simple. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we're just gonna go with that one. So we have 5 in total, since you can't see the cards and you can just see me. The High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. You might find yourself experiencing a new level of spirituality these days, whether it's you starting to pull tarot cards, oracle cards, seeing orbs, or experiencing interesting things, or seeing angel numbers. Or you might just feel more drawn to these tarot videos. Whatever it is ends up being for you, it's leaving you a bit confused, or it might be giving you some clarification that you've been needing these days. Certain other people in your life may not feel totally okay with it, or might find it concerning, and you're just like, listen, I got a lot going on and this is kind of helping, or I'm just trying to figure it out. Let's give Pisces a break. All right? So we're beginning the 5-card spread with the Fool. I'm emotional and I just don't get it. At times you feeling as if your emotions are taking over, or just overwhelming. Feeling as if there's just a lot to cope with or deal with, or you're trying to sort through the past, the present, and figure out the future all at the same time. And, you know, going back to what I was saying before about keeping it simple, you know, needing to sort of take on a going with the flow, let it unravel kind of approach and mindset. Feeling as if at times you want things to pan out perfectly, given the past wasn't the way you wanted it to be, or it just didn't end up, it kind of rerouted you. Reminders will come in from Spirit in the universe that you were rerouted for a reason, however that pertains to you. Take it as it comes, let it go as it may. Interesting. Allowing for yourself to accept that endings and beginnings happen for a reason. They're meant to be. You need to let things and people just kind of fade from your life if it feels like certain connections aren't feeling quite concrete these days, or if certain situations just feel off to you. Allowing for yourself to, once again, allow for things to happen as they may. And I just got this interesting twitch in my arm. Have you been noticing your body kind of twitching in different ways? That's your anxiety. I need to pay attention to your health at this time as you're feeling overly emotional. Um, if you're feeling your nervous system is all out of whack, breathe, meditate, essential oils, take a long bath with Epsom salts. Find a way that works for you. Go for a swim. A lot of people forget, because I feel like there's a lot of empaths drawn to this reading. People forget that there's all kinds of good ways to cleanse your energy. You also might find that you're going on rants without meaning to. There's great ways to cleanse your energy, and going in water is a great way to do so, even just washing your face or washing your hands. And Spirit's saying you need to remind yourself of that. Moving on. You might at times feel like, wow, I kind of want to just, skip through the fields. I'm so happy. I want to, tell everybody what I'm up to, but then and then you get this sort of overwhelming, anxious feeling, or this gut feeling that just kind of draws you back in internally, and you're like, shit, I can't tell this person or that person, or I can't go and do that and enjoy myself. I need to buckle down and do this. And Spirit's saying, allow yourself that chunk of time to experience things, to enjoy yourself, have fun. You're gonna start getting little reminders, if you haven't already, from animals and angel numbers, and that's your ancestors, your passed over loved ones, trying to communicate with you. And Spirit's saying, not for all of you, but either way, let this be a reminder to do what's right for you while enjoying yourself. It doesn't always have to be work, 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 right? That might be part of the reason why you're overly stressed or anxious. Just a thought. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, and key wording there, it's just a thought. Don't allow it to become more. If you have a thought that you aren't proud of or could stress you out, simplify it, let it be, let it go. You thought it, move on, right? 10 of Pentacles. Feeling as if you're focusing on the end goals too much, overly stressing over what could be or what could go wrong, rather than thinking positively, optimistically, like this can go right. At times taking a thought about the future, about your goals that you have set in place or want set in place, and overwhelming yourself when it comes to that, or allowing other people in your life to overwhelm you as well, stress you out. Certain people taking their kind of pessimistic views or ways of stressing over this and that, and kind of trying to wrap you up in all of which, and you maybe potentially need to take a step back and not take on that way of being. You're right, and at times you question whether you're right. You needing to look within and trust that beautiful Pisces intuition and be like, yeah, at times I'm an emotional mess, but I know what I'm talking about, at least when it comes to this subject or that subject. You feeling like at times people in your life are trying to convince you that you're wrong, or the way you feel isn't correct or okay, and you're like, well, at times I know I'm overly emotional, but you are too at times, right? We all get emotional. Nobody's perfect, and I feel like a lot of you need to hear that it's okay for you not to be. It's okay for you to still be kind of trying to figure things out. It's a process, and allow for that process to be one that feels a little bit rocky at times, but you can still enjoy it even if you're feeling a bit emotional at times. You might find that your emotions come and then you kind of snap out of it and you're like, well, now I don't kind of want to go socialize, but it feels weird because I was just an emotional mess. And it's like, ride the waves, my friend, ride the waves. The Hermit. I just want to do my thing. I just want to be within my own energy, or you simply just want to let out a good cry, and you don't feel like you can do that around certain other people. Feeling as if it's really hard for you to wear your emotions on your sleeves these days, but there's so damn many of them. How do I cope with it? How do I best deal with my own issues within my head and my heart and my soul? And Spirit's saying that's going to be up to you, but don't overcomplicate it. Once again, simplify it. Figure out a productive, effective way for you to cope with those emotions, with the way you're feeling, with certain choices that you weren't proud of in the past. It's a let it go, let it flow, once again, kind of vibe coming through, going back to the Fool card. When in your hermit mode, your alone time absolutely can be productive, and being within one's own energy for a while can be super productive and effective in a lot of ways, but it can also be a perfect chance for you to overthink, right? It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. I feel like you need to hear that. You are not alone in feeling anxious or overthinking or getting emotional. Allow for yourself to be proud of everything you've overcome. You know, it hasn't been an easy ride up until this point, and it's not to say things are gonna just be simple and your emotions aren't gonna pop back up moving forward. It might feel like your life's a bit of a whirlwind at this point, but you need to kind of center yourself, ground yourself, find effective ways to feel less all over the place, especially when you're in your own energy, your alone time. Feeling like once you stop thinking for a hot second, things feel more calm, things feel a lot slower, and you can finally breathe again. And so focus on your breath, you know, allow for yourself to stop your mind for a hot second. And then you realize that you're doing pretty damn well, you know, coping with a lot of bullshit that you deal with in your life. Feeling like a lot of even in your own energy, your own, you know, alone time, you feel this sense of vulnerability, and you're like, well, shit, is it because I'm like forcing myself to be honest? Is it because I'm actually feeling these emotions that I've been sort of trying to distract myself from with my work or whatever the case may be? I'm here, I don't like it, but it's one of those things where you kind of need to learn from your emotions, grow from them, sit in them for a hot second, and let's move on. We are not gonna just kind of sulk in it or sit in it way too long, because that's when things get to feel bigger than they need to be. Okay? King of Pentacles to move on to the second half of the spread. This is in reverse. Why is it that 1 second I'm feeling confident and the next I'm not? Why I need to pay attention but not to overthink. Oh, what is making you or stripping away that level of confidence that you have had in the recent past? You're overthinking your certain emotions, certain energies you wrap yourself up in, or situations. I need to reassess. And again, but reassessing doesn't mean you need to overthink every little detail. Let it go, let it flow, I keep hearing as we look at the alignment with the Fool card. If you find yourself being pushed by Spirit in the universe, or pushing yourself to go with the flow more, to let things kind of come and go as they may from your life, you're going to find that your confidence starts to rise. Or you might feel as if certain endings or people and situations leaving your life are leaving you questioning your own level of confidence. Look in the mirror and be proud. Be damn proud of all you've overcome and all that you have achieved up until this point. You know, Spirit's saying we need to figure out how to turn this in the upright position more consistently. It feels like you're kind of going up and down with your confidence levels, side by side with, you know, the same feeling with your emotions. And at times you feeling as if your confidence is coinciding with that, with those emotions. But Spirit's saying you can be an emotional mess and still be confident and be like, shit, I'm owning these emotions. I'm owning the way I'm feeling, regardless of what other people and situations or how they're making me feel about it. I just need to learn from it, grow from it once again, and be one confident bitch and move on. Spirit said, wow, not everyone would like the way you worded that, but it feels like that's your vibe coming through for a lot of you. Or you might feel as if a lot of people kind of look at you for saying something, for swearing or doing this or that, and you're like, sorry, I'm me. You know, and it's got to be that kind of situation moving forward where you are like, look at me, I'm Pisces, I'm imperfect, I'm emotional, and you are too, so let's just accept it, let's embrace it, and let's move on, or you don't have a place with me on this crazy ride called my life. Seven of Swords is the last and final card. You might find that you are feeling ultra secretive these days. Remember, we were talking about how 1 second you want to go and tell everybody about your life, your updates, what you're about to do, and then you're like, shit, no. And a lot of that has to do with your past. People taking what you've told them and making things more complicated, overwhelming, or just simply making you question everything you're doing or have done. And it's like, no, I need things to feel more at ease, more simplistic. I need you not to make me feel worse about things. And then you're like, well, shit, I don't mean to sort of point fingers, but you didn't help in this way or that way. Feeling as if you, being aligned with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hermit, have a lot to share, have a lot to say, feel as if your ups and downs of your life experience could be helpful for others in your own individual way. But then again, it's like, I kind of don't feel the need to share it with you, or I don't have the courage at times to do so, or the emotions just take over to the extent where I'm just like, okay, you got to accept it, you know? They're sending me back the overall message, just let me be emotional, okay? you know, and that sort of, when you slip into that emotional state, it increases that level of secrecy you feel the need to have at this point in your life. And again, allowing for yourself to simplify things, especially if you're keeping all of which to yourself, right? It might feel as if that's a form of keeping things simple. Once again, feeling like it's overcomplicated, or people just make you feel certain feels that you were doing a better job of moving forward, pushing to the side, or, you know, overcoming. It keeps saying, let it go, let it flow. I'm being drawn to this for some reason. The way she's like, it's a very Italian moment. Allow for your emotions to teach you something important as you move forward. They're happening for a reason. Allow for yourself to, once again, separate yourself when need be, but don't allow it to become a habit that is unhealthy. You know, remembering that, once again, you're an emotional being, and we all are, and you're not perfect, and you're not expected to be. Perfection is unattainable and it's unrealistic, right? And allow yourself to remember that everything you've overcome hasn't been easy, right? So be damn proud of yourself, all right? So with that said and done, I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to, once again, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't you dare forget to email me about booking a personal reading. I am sending you nothing but love and light at this time. I hope you have an amazing day, week, and month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pisces.